Hey everybody, I'm Jen.
I'm Henry. Welcome to the team up call this week.
We are your hosts, and we're going to show a great video that happened about a week ago with some really powerful content. If you've not seen or heard of Super Biome yet, you're going to really love this.
Even if you have,
Even if
it's
you have.
great information.
Really, really good stuff. But before we start, we have
Yes.
a couple of stars to acknowledge here because there was a contest this past month for Super Biome and sharing it. And one of the big money winners is right here, Abby. Abby, I don't know if you can unplug and share a little bit about what you did, but congratulations. The other one was Amy Hopkins. These guys were tied, I think, for second and third place and got a nice big chunk of cash for that effort.
500 big ones.
That's
Yeah, that's
cool.
pretty exciting.
Abby, you want to share a little bit about, you might not be in a place where you can, but we'd love to hear what you did, what your plan was, and how it went.
Yeah, I'm happy to share. It was an amazing month. I really feel like Super Biome ignited so much for my business. It brought a lot of people, a lot of current customers, through the door of, starting on Superfood and Super Biome, which was amazing. And then that gave me the opportunity to also invite people into the business. So, I had honestly my biggest month in our business yet. I would say in my 8 years, I finished
Great.
with 4 Partner Pluses in my team and 2 QSCs. So it was a massive,
Wow,
um,
that's so
That's
it was
so
cool.
massive.
cool.
Congratulations.
The QSCs were frontline to me, and then 2 of the Partner Pluses were frontline to me. So, um,
Yay.
That's
Super
awesome.
Biome has been a game changer. So anyway, I'm really excited about it. So
Yeah, that's
anyway, that's a
goosebumps
little bit
then.
about my last month, and I'm excited about my focus moving forward, really bringing people in through the door of Superfood and Super Biome, and then offering them the opportunity.
I'll tell you what, it is the 1-2 punch. I mean, it's so amazing. And we've been on Juice Plus for a long time. And I really didn't expect to notice very much with the Super Biome, but it has been
Wow.
huge, just huge. So, Kathy, it's already 8:35. So why don't we go ahead and show this the video? It's a recording of Dr. Mitra Ray and Kevin Sulcer, and just such good, powerful information that I know you're going to love it.
Thanks, Abby, for sharing.
Thank you for sharing, Abby. And
Thanks
if
for
if
asking.
Amy hops on, we're gonna put her on the spot too.
Sorry.
Your gut health is important, so we cannot leave it to chance, you guys. So, here to share everything behind the science and the story behind this game changing product is none other than Dr. Mitra Ray.
Thank you so much, Nicole. I don't know about everything, but I'll share what I can in the time that we have. And I'm going to share a little bit of the background and the research behind the microbiome that I've been tracking for many years and my own results with this brand new product, and give you some kind of hopefully tie the pieces together by breaking down the ingredients, dive into the science a little bit more. So here we go. I'm going to share my slide with you. So let's just start at the beginning. What is the microbiome? It's a complex community of bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Now, the really cool thing about the microbiome is that each of us, when you look at our DNA, our genetic material, there isn't much difference between my DNA and your DNA. Honestly, it's not enough to really give us the distinctions that we have as individuals. The DNA doesn't explain it all. But what begins to explain it is the 100 times more DNA there is in your microbiome, because there's many more little buggers in your body than there are human cells. Okay, so the bacteria really outnumber us by quite a bit. And this research really started with the scientific community basically woke up to the gut microbiome's modern importance. And this is the study that probably most people will remember as the beginning of all this, where Dr. Jeffrey Gordon's lab came up with a mouse model and demonstrated that if you did a fecal transplant of somebody who was obese and put it into sterile mice, they became obese, whereas a normal person's fecal transplant did not make sterile mice obese. So obviously, the bacteria that we thought were always passengers along for the ride had a lot more to do with our health than we expected. Then we began to realize, oh my goodness, the majority of us have some status of dysbiosis. What is dysbiosis? It basically means we have too many unfriendly microorganisms and too little friendly bacteria. That's what leads to dysbiosis. It creates inflammation in the gut. That's where it starts. That's where most of your immune system is worrying about the food you just ate. And then it creates inflammatory molecules that travel throughout the circulatory system and the lymphatic system and cause inflammation throughout the body. This is the beginning of chronic inflammation, which is the beginning of the disease state. The other thing we realized is that if you look at lifespan, people's microbiome develops and becomes, hopefully, if things are going well, supposed to be more diverse as we go into adulthood. And at this also corresponds with brain development. But then something happens, we begin to age, and then we start to lose that diversity. And it can actually begin earlier in today's world when our kids aren't getting the right food for our bacteria. So this really started this flood of products that are being sold on the market today. What are prebiotics? Prebiotics are the food that basically plant fiber and also polyphenols that we get from plants that our gut bacteria uses as fuel for making other compounds that turn around and serve us. So the product of them eating the fiber, the metabolites, the byproduct of their consumption of the fiber, basically gives us really important molecules. And probiotics are microorganisms that we try to consume in capsule form to help make that. It's like adding friendly bacteria to hopefully help other friendly bacteria in our gut. That's the idea there. And then the postbiotics are the goods, basically. So the probiotics are the factory that will take the prebiotics, which is the fuel, and turn it into the goods for us, the small chain fatty acids and the polyphenol, smaller compounds that the bigger polyphenols turn into smaller polyphenols that can cross, for instance, the blood-brain barrier and help detoxify our brains. So these small chain fatty acids and polyphenols are very important to us. Now, when I first heard that our company was going to create a pre-probiotic a gut product in general, I thought, do we really need this? Does the world really need another gut product? Because out there, what I saw mostly is 88% is probiotics. These probiotics need to be fed. That's what I thought. And that is the truth. And then 2/3 of people who take them don't feel any benefit. One of the reasons that people don't feel benefit from most probiotics is because it has to pass all the way into the colon. So it has to be like a slow release capsule, and many manufacturers do not spend the money to make the probiotics pass through the stomach acid, through the small intestine, and get into that large intestine, which is where it ultimately needs to go. Now, I'm going to share my story with you. It's an unlikely story. I did not expect this. I started taking the product and will share my unexpected healing journey from full thickness cartilage loss in my right shoulder to real relief. Basically, I was told surgery is what I need to do. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to focus on my gut health. I knew that much. So this is my diagnosis. X-rays and MRIs showed full thickness cartilage loss, arthritis in my, rotator cuff in my shoulder, and extra mystery tissue in my bicep. Oh, and also if you look at my spinal disc over the years, there's been disc degeneration and scoliosis. I've hovered over a microscope for many years, wasn't really watching my posture, so I've tried to reverse. Most of this damage was done, by the way, in my 20s. And so in my 30s, I started to take matters into my own hand. I got introduced to the Juice Plus products. I started to eat a whole food, plant-based diet. I started to go, take better care of myself, really go to the gym, do yoga, outdoor activities, also chiropractic and interventional orthopedic care, including like Prolo and stem cell therapy. I've spent so much money on that. Infrared, massage, cold plunge. I do so many things to try to take care of myself. But I did not expect that taking this new product would make such a difference. So that really caught my attention. So let me just break down for you. When you see this number 20 billion CFU, CFU stands for colony forming units. Why so many? Because not only do we need that slow release capsule, but we need to put a whole bunch in there. Hopefully some of it will make it down there. So it's like a kind of a numbers game, right? And these are the bacteria. They're mostly of the lactobacillus and bifidobacterium family. These are very friendly bacteria, and there are certain subspecies of those. And if I break it down a little bit more, this Lactobacillus plantarum has significant antioxidant activities, helps to maintain intestinal permeability. Now, this is just a small set. They do a lot of other things, but these have been researched. They're not just like a flash paper that came out. These strains have long-term research behind them. This Lactobacillus helps relieve IBS symptoms and diarrhea, immune system enhancement. It's been shown to do that. Bifidobacteria shows improved lactose digestion. So, milk products reduce GI discomfort from lactose intolerant individuals. This lactobacillus helps with immunomodulation and gastrointestinal benefits, and on, mostly immune function and gut barrier function. And also a lot of things with basically gut related issues is what you're seeing here. And this one's very interesting. Reduction in stress related behaviors. I've already had people tell me that they're thinking and feeling differently from taking this product, which is very interesting to me. Let me go back a slide here. Okay, then the prebiotics are the food. This is a blend of 6 gentle fibers. Now, this is where I'm going to get a little geeky on you. So postbiotics, so you take the fiber, the bacteria take the fiber, and they make postbiotics. Postbiotics help with your gut integrity, your immune system, and reduce inflammation in the body. And they have the potential of other associated cognitive, mood, and appetite control. So basically, those strains are making the postbiotics that are helping with our behavior as well. Now, this little graph is very important because we've seen with other Juice Plus products, we have research showing that the bacteria are making more butyrate. Butyrate is a wonderful small chain fatty acid, but folks, it's not the only small chain fatty acid. There's also propionate and acetate and valerate. And, if you start looking at what these do, basically many products just have inulin fiber in them. That's a big one. That's a prebiotic that's being, prebiotic that's being sold. But we also have arabina, and arabina is very interesting because it helps us make propionate, trying to pronounce these words, propionate small chain fatty acids. Propionate is interesting because it's associated with glucose regulation and weight management. That caught my attention. I'm feeling like there's something going on with me with that result as well. So again, I did not know that I needed this product, but it was the accelerator that took everything else that I was doing and took it to the next level. And I felt a real relief. Now, as many of you have heard about the polyphenol study that I've certainly talked about a lot. When you take the Juice Plus products or the superfood powders, these polyphenols that are in the product are seen right away within an hour or two in the blood. But what happens afterwards is the bacteria in our gut turn them into other polyphenols that show up 5 or 6 hours later, and some even show up as late as 10 hours. This is where they ended the study. And what is happening is these big polyphenol molecules that are in the product or in berries and things that we eat, if we have a good healthy microbiome, they break it down for us. Or the other interesting thing about the study that was done with our polyphenols is that the researchers, they noted at the end of the study that not everybody could do this. Not everybody had the gut bacteria and the integrity of the variety of microbiome to be able to make these smaller polyphenols that earlier I said crosses the blood-brain barrier and helps you detoxify your brain. There's a really important function because these results excited some brain researchers in Spain to do studies with our main sort of foundational products of fruit, veggie, and berry blend powders, whether they come in capsule form or the stick form. So really, if you think about it, your microbiome needs to be seeded. That's seeding it with these 9 strains that I talked about that have been well researched, and fed dietary fiber. That's your prebiotic, this new product, right? Which is the combination of these two, plus the dietary phenols that you're getting from either your superfood or your capsules. I'm really excited about how we're going to be able to help so many people, Nicole, get such a concentrated source of polyphenols that we've already had, and now these gentle fibers that can help feed basically feed our microbiome, not just the ones that we are taking in the capsule, but your innate microbiota, the good guys. You still have good guys in there, and as you start to feed the good guys, you kind of starve out the bad guys, and that makes you healthier in so many different ways, because they really are the factory for creating all the compounds, things like vitamin B12, K2. People are taking these supplements. If you have a diverse microbiota, you don't even need these supplements. So it's really, really, the implications is, I could talk about it all day long, but I'll just end it there.
Oh my goodness, you are so amazing. Listen, I'm ready to get my gut healthy anytime I hear you speak. I had the pleasure of hearing you on stage, and I am just so grateful that you gave our audience your insights into this amazing new product. So, you guys, we have heard a little bit about our amazing products, which can help us internally, but to help us talk about some of the things that can help us externally, right? In our lifestyles and our wellness and all of the things. Kevin Sulcer is going to talk to you guys a little bit about just the Juice Plus opportunity, his Juice Plus story, and really how it fits into potentially your life.
Thank you, Nicole. Man, Dr. Mitra Ray, you're amazing. What a wealth of information, right? Fuel, factory goods. I'm sitting over here taking notes. So thank you so much. And well, I am honored to be partnered with such a positive, purpose-driven professional. And in this opportunity that's really centered on health, community, as well as personal growth. My journey began over 30 years ago after my mother introduced me to the remarkable plant powders in Juice Plus. And for me, it was a convenient way to fuel, protect, and enhance my performance as an athlete. I realized that competing in several different sports and later training for Ironman triathlons and physically pushing myself as a CrossFit competitor, I desperately had to provide my body with exactly what it needed to heal, recover, and thrive. I also appreciate the scientific evidence of reducing my risk of degenerative disease that's plagued generations before me. Juice Plus has truly been a catalyst for me to reach my full God-given potential, even now into my 50s, and I'm not slowing down anytime soon, y'all. This is why it was an easy decision for me to partner with the Juice Plus company. And at this point, I honestly feel a responsibility to share with as many people as possible. So now let's talk about this incredible opportunity behind these powerful plant powders. I knew at an early age that I wanted to become an entrepreneur. I just wanted to work for myself. But after graduating college with a bachelor degree in graphic design and advertising, I went straight into a corporate atmosphere just to build experience. Many of you know what that looks like. Grinding it out each day in a cubicle, just waiting for happy hour, right? So, shortly after working tirelessly 5 days a week to make someone else's dream come true, I finally took that leap of faith and started my own company, focusing on brand management and logo development. Now, I enjoyed what I was doing and it was financially successful right out of the gate. However, over time, I realized I had traded my 9 to 5 for a 9 to 9, and my 5 days a week became 7. What I was lacking was time freedom. So, after hearing information just like you're hearing tonight, I caught a vision of what my future could look like, a future full of possibilities and options and even legacy. A chance to align my passion with my profession. I started to dream again. I realized that the biggest advantage was that I didn't need a background in sales or nutrition. I didn't have a large sum of money to invest. It was a low startup fee of $52 with no inventory, shipping, or handling. Juice Plus provides training, tools, and proven systems that allow you to plug in, learn, and then grow at your own pace. There are no commitments or quotas, just the personal goals that you decide to set for yourself. This opportunity is designed for flexibility, whether you're a busy parent, working full time, as I was, or just looking to impact your community. And maybe it's time for you to start dreaming again, too. Our founder, Jay Martin, established a mission statement in the very beginning that remains true to this day, and that is to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people as possible realize their dreams. You see, most online affiliate programs today don't offer residual income like ours. We're creating monthly income with impact by simply sharing something we believe in as we go about our busy lives, all the while helping others make healthier choices. I also love the fact that Juice Plus is a legacy brand that's been around for over 30 years, but without a saturated market. There are so many people today that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're also confused by too many options and conflicting opinions, and they're ready to take control of their health. Our product innovation keeps it simple by meeting the needs of what people understand they're lacking in their daily diet through incredible plant-based powders. After intentionally sharing and growing a substantial consumer base, I was eventually attracted to the even bigger opportunities of building a team to earn bonuses, recognition, and even benefits at the leadership levels. And that's when I decided to go all in and turn my part-time income into a full-time opportunity. And I'll tell you this, partnering with the Juice Plus company has allowed me to stop trading my hours for dollars. Because guess what? I'm working for myself to realize my dreams now. And Jim Rohn says it best. If you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything you want. You see, this opportunity is an incredible way to bless others. And what a blessing it's been for me and my family. I have grown personally in confidence, leadership, and purpose throughout this entire journey. And the best part of all has been getting to connect with an amazing community of encouraging, like-minded people who are all on the same mission to help families thrive both physically and financially. So, what's the first step? Partner with whoever invited you tonight. This will allow you to get your whole family on Juice Plus at the best value. Then you have the opportunity to share with your friends and family in order to cover the entire cost for your personal Juice Plus. And if you decide to help other families get healthy as well, you have potential to create a supplemental income to whatever size you're willing to build. Ask yourself this question: what could an extra $500 to $1,000 a month do for you and your family? Maybe it's finally getting out of debt, or maybe just creating more options to build memories with your family. Whatever it is, everyone around you deserves to know about the proven benefits of Juice Plus. They deserve to have that peace of mind at the end of the day that their family is receiving good nutrition no matter what the circumstance, especially when it's free for kids, right? So, in closing, Becoming a Juice Plus partner offers the best value, flexibility, a healthy community, personal development, low risk, financial potential, and most importantly, the ability to positively impact the lives of others. So what are you waiting for? I promise you, simply saying yes to this opportunity over 20 years ago was the best $52 investment I have ever made. And I hope you'll consider partnering with us to inspire healthy living around the world, because we are truly better together.
Oh my goodness. Kevin, I'm inspired. I'm ready to go. I mean, our people loved it. You guys, if you were a guest, put in the chat, give a heart and some clappy hands, all of the things. I really appreciate you so much for sharing that. Having partners like you come in and talk about the opportunity of Juice Plus really gives a great insight of what our community is. So
Well, hey everybody. I think if
What's-
you just grabbed that and shared that with 10 people a week, your business would be in a really different place. I mean, the question to ask every day is, Kevin said it best, who do you know who could use an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? Super simple question, and I'll tell you what, it is going to land on very receptive ears right now. This is a season, particularly going into the holidays, where people want to feel well. People want to have the income so they can enjoy the holidays, so they don't go into debt for the holidays, and just also know that they're going to be not necessarily eating their best. And so we have to remember we can support people with staying healthy through the holidays. It's a banner season for all of us.
And
So
Kevin, I think, was huge, and I mean, he's a great guy. If anybody met him personally, he's really smart. His heart's in the right place, but he's also a pretty elite level athlete.
mhm.
And it's a wonderful thing for him to be sharing how he worked, it worked into his routines and how it changed his performance, and then ultimately changed his life with the opportunity. So it's I hope you'll all use that video, because it is a real gift.
And there are 3 meetings or Zooms this month that are of that same caliber. So definitely check out tomorrow is the first one, which is getting your month started.
The kickoff.
The kickoff
from the
one,
corporate.
and then the next week there basically are 3 calls every month. One is to get your business off to a good start. The second is to bring prospects to, and the third is training for you as a partner. And I'm sure, well, probably Dave and Margie, you guys can probably support me with this one. If Jerry were here, I know Terry would agree with us. Henry and I built our business with 1 call on the product and 1 call on the business. And that was freeconferencecall.com. It wasn't even a Zoom, but we built to those calls every month. And that's how we got started. Those were the only resources and tools we had. And I'm so glad that they've got them back on the calendar, because it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter whether you have events or you don't have events, you have the Zooms. And if you can get into that monthly rhythm, they're all on your back office. They're also on the hub. They're also in Voxer. So if you can't find them, I'm pretty sure they're put on the Facebook group. So there are lots of places where you can find that. If you still don't know where to find them, reach out to the person who mentors you with your business, and they'll get the information to you. So enjoy the calls, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. And we will talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Have a great night.
Have a great
Thank
night.